You look burdened by something bigger.
If you loved Van Helsing and have finished it and are looking for something else to binge, look no further. We have a list of shows similar to Van Helsing right here. Wynonna Earp. Wynonna Earp came out in spring of 2016. So far, there have been 4 seasons of the hit show, all of which have been incredibly well received by both fans and critics. In fact, it has won several praises of note, with E! Entertainment Television saying Wynonna Earp is the quote best new show of 2016. And the same year, Variety revealed that they thought it was one of the 20 best new series of 2016. Collider had Wynonna Earp at the top of their best new sci-fi show list too, so praise was coming from all directions. Similar to Van Helsing, the story centers on a female lead character who must use her powers to cope with the changing and supernatural world around her. The strong lead character, Wynonna Earp, is the great-great-granddaughter of the extremely famous Sheriff Wyatt Earp, and she comes from a town in the American Midwest, aptly named Purgatory. When she turns 27 years old, Wynonna inherits powers passed down in her family to right wrongs and save her family from an old historic curse. Her family and the inhabitants of Purgatory are targeted by evil beings called revenants, which are reincarnated spirits of the criminals and outlaws that her ancestor Wyatt Earp had killed back when he was alive. Wynonna's job, when she awakens with her powers, is to send the revenants back to hell where they belong, saving her family and town in the process. It gets more complicated though, so fans of supernatural dramas will love to hear. Unfortunately for her and the other villains of the town of Purgatory, the town is inside of a cursed belt of land known as the Ghost River Triangle. This cursed area is not only home to the reincarnated spirits of the revenants, but also is prone to visits and attacks from other supernatural beings which are drawn to it. These monsters which Wynonna has to face down include vampires, angels, and demons. Demons have the rather horrible skill of being able to possess others, and even in some cases objects. This can make them incredibly difficult to hunt and kill, and make for some pretty horrifying scenarios for our team of heroes. If you like Van Helsing, this is for sure a show you should be watching. It's got things that check all the boxes: a strong, powerful female lead, monsters of all kinds, history based on a mixture of both truth and legend, family drama, and supernatural ancient curses. We would definitely recommend that you give this one a watch. Next up, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yep, you heard it right. We know that by now Buffy is probably a little vintage, but it's a cult classic and a must-watch if you like vampire shows. Like Wynonna Earp we mentioned earlier, it is another show with a strong, capable girl who kicks major butt. Buffy the Vampire Slayer first came out in the late 90s, and it became a super popular show basically overnight. It follows the adventures of Buffy, a young high school student who suddenly has to face the reality of vampires attacking her school and her friends. Buffy lives in Sunnydale, and she teams up with her friends and even her high school librarian to fight all kinds of vampires, monsters, and otherworldly creatures to save their town from constant peril. It turns out that Sunnydale attracts so many evil creatures because it's located right in the middle of a patch of land known as a Hellmouth, a strange portal to other dimensions where demons live. This draws the vampires and other creatures to the area, offering a non-stop queue of beasts for Buffy to fight. The charm of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that has kept it popular since it began in 1997 is not just the creature of the week style show, but the comedy and unique relationships that each character has with the others. The show features a lot of funny scenes and witty dialogue, as well as physical combat. Episodes are packed full of mystery, intrigue, and the detective work needed to solve them. Many episodes involve Buffy and her friends, the aptly named Scooby Gang, poring over books and ancient manuscripts trying to solve the puzzle of who the next big bad guy is and how to stop him. Many of the creatures and monsters that they come to clash with are based off of historical legends, so if you like mythology and mythological creatures, this is definitely a must-watch show for you. As well as the quality of episodes and famously enchanting storyline, there is also a lot of it to keep you busy. There are 7 seasons to get through, most of which have 22 episodes each. That's an awful lot of TV, even for the most avid binger. It's for sure to keep you busy on the weekends if you want something a little spooky to watch. Penny Dreadful. If you like Van Helsing and have never watched Penny Dreadful, then you've been missing out. Now is your chance to fix that. The term Penny Dreadful originates in Great Britain way back in the 19th century. It was the term given to short stories that cost only 1 penny and were all about all manner of spooky things, including monsters, murder, or ghosts. It's easy to see how this interesting piece of history evolved over the years to inspire more modern forms of eerie entertainment. The TV show Penny Dreadful started airing in 2014 and lasted for 3 popular seasons, after which the show had had ended. The story centers around a woman called Vanessa Ives, who many people in London believe to be quite mysterious. The characters surrounding her, including her father, his employee, and a doctor, end up traveling together and find themselves beset by all manner of bizarre and supernatural creatures, including witches, Frankenstein's monster, and Count Dracula. All 3 seasons of Penny Dreadful have received excellent acclaim from critics and high praise from fans. It's celebrated for being macabre and eerie, when at the same time having moments that are a bit strange and unique. It tends to teeter on that perfect balance of being creepy and beautiful, and fans all over the world love it. So much so that when it was announced that the 3rd season would be the last, fans were devastated. However, it wasn't because the show was cancelled, but because the story as the writers had written it was finished. It was so popular and proved to be so beloved that a spin-off series was launched. The new series is called Penny Dreadful, City of Angels, and aired in April of last year. It has also received excellent reviews from fans, and the leading role, Natalie Dormer, was nominated for Best Actress in a Horror Series at the #1 Critics' Choice Super Awards. This new version of the popular spooky show didn't quite get the same kind of high praise from critics, but even they have admitted that if fans love the original Penny Dreadful, then they would love the new one. So if you're still looking for something a little gothic to keep you busy, this might be the show you've been looking for. Lost Girl. Lost Girl is on this list because it gives a different angle to the horror TV show genre. The main character, Bo, believes her whole life that she is normal, human, just like everyone else. However, she learns that during puberty that she is actually rather different and doesn't know why. That is, until she gets a boyfriend. Everything seems to be going smoothly until one awful day when a terrible accident left him dead. But he didn't just die. Bo had accidentally killed him. After telling her parents the terrible news, they confessed to her that she had actually been adopted as a baby. Bo was not even a human girl, she was a succubus and was part of the Fae world. Bo runs away from home, moving around to different cities and never staying in one place for too long. She ends up meeting another girl who is a human, and they become best friends. The girl, Kenzie, and Bo decide to make a detective agency for both humans and Fae, and the 2 young women have to face the difficulties of navigating both human and Fae societies. The show successfully mixes the detective agency style Monster of the Week episodes with a longer, overarching plot that carries on over the length of each season. The fact that it's not always intense, high-pressure storytelling, that means it could be quite easily to watch, and therefore binge. You will definitely want popcorn for this one. There were 5 seasons of Lost Girl, so there are definitely lots of episodes to keep you busy. It was well received too, with almost 500,000 people tuning in to watch the premiere episode, airing back in 2010. The series is also extremely inclusive, as the main character is bisexual. Bo has on-screen relationships with both male and female characters. No spoilers, we won't tell you who, which is excellent news for fans looking for a character with representation. Overall, we think these are the best choices for what to watch if you liked Van Helsing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.